Rob, Saturday. It was like now it's the most predictable thing ever, but I really thought there was no way that Embiid was missing that game on Saturday. And he wasn't listed on the injury report. And 20 minutes before tip, they just say, yep, he can't go today. And I was pissed. Like, I'm angry. And I don't know why this makes me angry. But to me, it would be so annoying to be a fan of the Sixers. Like, and here's the reason why. We know the narrative, and there's plenty of evidence that supports this. Embiid, use whatever term you want. He just seems to get hurt on the very tough road games that Philly plays, or he ducks them, or whatever you want to use. But here's what would annoy the hell out of me. Evidence supports this statement I'm about to make. The greatest playoff risers, so numbers taking a jump once the postseason hits. 2 of the top 3 of all time, as of right now, are Jokic and Murray. Their numbers get greater as the postseason hits. Embiid's drops precipitously. Now, why is that? Is that somebody who can't handle the pressure? Is that just a guy who gets a little bit too tight in the postseason? Well, I got a theory. Do you not think it matters a little bit when you get to the postseason and you're playing against the best teams that are left in the NBA, and then you have to play road games in an environment you aren't used to because you don't do that all year? Is there a chance that that could contribute to why he disappoints in the postseason year after year? Because I think it can. I think I can very easily make that argument.
That's fun. I don't know that I agree with it, but it's fun. Because here's what I want to say. When you watch Embiid play, again, we don't want to get into too accusatory of a mode here in terms of he's not hurt or the way he plays or anything like that. But let's just say he likes to embellish calls just a little bit.
He does.
And in the playoffs, you're not getting those calls. So all of a sudden,
not at the same rate.
No. So all of a sudden, that 36 points that he's used to scoring, putting up 40 while taking 20 free throws, that's not happening in the playoffs. They're going to let somebody get physical with you. They're going to body you up a little bit. And all of a sudden, that space that he can create for himself to take jump shots is less.
Yep.
Now, I understand what you're saying about, I guess you want to call it the mental fortitude aspect of it, of being kind of...
I think it's just being conditioned to play in environments like that he's just not used to because he doesn't do it. Like,
maybe. I don't know.
How about this? If we had Nikola Jokic doing the same thing that Embiid did, that if they had a tough roadie in Milwaukee, he's like, I'm going to sit. My knee's a little sore. Or they had a tough road game in LA. I can't do it. Sorry, my back's flaring up. And that happened over and over again. And then when the postseason got here, Nikola Jokic's numbers that are, 25, 12, and 8 dropped to 18, 10, and 5. There's a real discussion to be had of, are you doing everything you can to prepare yourself for the toughest moments of the season? And I don't think Embiid's doing it. And I can't believe they continue to let him get away with it. And again, I'm saying this as if he wasn't really hurt, but I'll use Richard Jefferson's words before the game. If you guys didn't see this, it's right before tip. Richard Jefferson's on the call. He said, I'm not going to accuse him of not being hurt, but there's a pattern. There's a pattern of the games that he misses.
He better not play against the 13, 12-win Blazers tonight.
Oh, he's going to.
Of course he's going
to. Yeah, and he's going to score 50.
Better today.
And he's going to score 50.
And he did the same thing last year. Like, if you look at his game log last year, the only one that he missed was in Denver. Yep. It wasn't like he missed a whole bunch of games and Denver was included in there.
Right.
He only missed Denver. Richard Jefferson said something else on the broadcast that I thought was a pertinent point.
Was that what it was? I don't think he said that.
I don't think he said that. He did try to dance very politically correct as they talked about. All three of them did as they talked about this.
Because I bet they were pissed. Like they're in town to watch this amazing matchup, and they don't get it.
ESPN has to be livid. ABC, I guess I should say, has to be livid about that. But the point that he made is, did he look around in the locker room and see Maxey is out? They had, 4 other guys out with injury? illness, whatever,
Right.
and say, I'm not going to go try to beat this guy one-on-one.
It's a decent point,
Like,
yeah.
And, my knee's flaring up. Let me instead take today off. Everybody gets a little bit healthier. I'll be back against the Portland Trailblazers.
I think it's a decent point. Like, I've seen NBA players do that before. Well, these guys are already out, so let's just all sit it down.
Everybody
whatever.
take the night off.
But that would go against Adam Silver's rule that he tried to implement, which is, well, I don't know. Has Maxey been an all-star?
I don't think he has. That'd be interesting
Maybe
to see.
not.
So
Maybe
maybe like the Nuggets, they don't have anybody else that qualifies other than Embiid.
Marty, can you look that up? I think Maxey, did he make it?
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So, yeah, maybe they got the same thing as the Nuggets going on. Well, they got, Tobias Harris. He's made an all-star game before. So, whatever. The point is, and this is what's funny when it came out, like people were praising Adam Silver, like, this is a great idea. You can't have these guys missing national TV games. And my first question was, how are you going to prove if they're hurt or not?
Yeah.
You can't, like, we all kind of think that maybe Embiid 20 minutes before tip was like, I just don't feel like
but
it
don't
tonight.
they have to do an investigation into that? Because I heard you
Well, that's
talking
what
about
Malone
this
said it.
in the appetizer hour, and it's not just the game plan thing. So in the appetizer hour, you made the point, and I thought it was a good one. Malone had a whole game plan that he put together, and he probably only started working on it 24 or 48 hours ahead of time, but it's still putting a game plan together. And then he's not even on the 2:30 injury report, so you don't even have time to make adjustments there. And then all of a sudden he's not playing.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Here's a better point. How about Friday night, all the bettors who put money down in Vegas on the 76ers thinking Joel Embiid is going to play? That's the kind of thing that's going to make the NBA do an investigation. I think Malone can cry as much as he wants, and the NBA is just going to say tough luck or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you start getting people who put down significant dollars on the marquee Saturday NBA matchup with an injury report that doesn't include Joel Embiid, and then all of a sudden he's gone. It's like the Joe Burrow thing earlier in the year. He had like a cast or a brace on his hand before that Ravens game where he gets hurt, and he wasn't even on the injury report. And everybody said,
that's not legal. Yeah,
I'm
putting
a lot of money down on this. You better do some sort of investigation into whether they're actually filing proper injury reports.